From the Fade? Wait, was this entire setup created to send someone across?
This magic. It was designed to draw something in. And it's familiar.
Might be best if we stop tampering. The forest will reclaim it.
Balara, what if Irsa Telnal was never Elven, but a mispronunciation of Issa Tunal? Maybe they knew it had something to do with the Titans and tried to write it down.
Got it wrong. Then over time the sounds shifted. That's brilliant. The lullaby's full of words that don't make sense in Elven. But this is why... I have to go look at it again.
Another of those Fen Harel altars. The person who set this up was in contact with someone, or something, from the Fade. What do we have here?
Sure, here we go. Got it.
see if we can figure this out. We got it.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's salt in the wound. And that is my purview.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive Thea. She gets testy when a contract is delayed.
Neither of you strike me as the bloodthirsty sort.
Our shared enemies deserve our worst.
You want help against the gods. We want Traviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antaam commander, Keith Lord butchered Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The Crows rule Antiva, and Traviso will be free.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
The gods care about taking Traviso?
The Butcher wants Traviso. The gods may just want the Antaam.
But Antaam distrusts magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
You're in charge? Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
Butcher Dothrada. What do you know about him?
The Antaam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
Helping the crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Find your crow. Then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Traviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Traviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help. Perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
Can anyone hire you for training?
I've never been hired. Ours is a boon that is granted, and I have no part in deciding who receives it. Not that it would matter. From what I observe, you are beyond any training I could impart.
Who are you currently training?
The fledglings, among others. To be an assassin is to know both the means and meaning of ending a life. It is difficult. A crow's response to a war is quite different than the response to a contract.
Like Antaam blood, I'll keep the goods flowing. See you again.
You're new as well, right? Look down.
An underwater prison? That's still pretty amazing.
Amazing? I suppose it is. Do you think the elves made it? It didn't seem to winter.
I think so. I wonder what it was built for. Originally, I mean.
Whatever it was meant for, it's a pit of misery now.
Right.
A fine evening, is it not, my friends?
Not even an army stops the Traviso market.
So many things you could buy. How do you choose?
Cafe later?
Good night for you.
If the Butcher wants Traviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Demanded to know who I was and where I was going.
What gives him the right?
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested.
He was my cousin!
We've got Antaam.
What?
Don't worry. Taya and Viago sent us. You with the cost?
Yes! Kill them! Kill the Antaam! Kill Darren! They killed my cousin! On the left! Got them!
done. Are you Jacobus?
Darren, my cousin, they... Please, you have to finish Darrett's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then... someone has to finish this for Darrett. Please.
We will take care of it. Go back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Taya and Viago. Just follow the marks.
There will be a trail of marks left by previous crows. It will lead us right to it.
I spotted something on the walls. Earlier, I mean.
Let's go look.
A crow mark. Perfectly thrown.
That's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
Wow. Even during an occupation, the market is still pretty busy.
I meant to pick up more spices. Another time.
I've got goods from all over.
Here's another crow mark.
Whatever you got, I'm not buying one.
Easy enough.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Akonis, but how did the Venatori stick you with spite?
They fed me something. Like he was a parasite in uncooked meat.
You know, I've spent lots of time around demons, but I've never heard of them being used that way.
Zara said she got the idea from some cult in Orlais. They used it on seekers who are immune to demons.
Our next crow mark. This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The butcher is making poison. Comic.
Comic? That stuff gives you nightmares. Chips at your mind.
If I were the butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line.
We cannot let the butcher unleash this on Traviso.
He won't. The Antaam brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Keep a grip.
The Venatori were growing demons and people? That's what was happening in the ossuary?
Zara was trying to get certain types of demons. Some are harder to summon than others, I guess. They were waiting for Spite to break out of my body like I was a cocoon for a moth.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but why didn't he?
We made a deal.
Almost there. Hang on. Take them out, quick!
Be on top.
We're in. Let's find the comic master.
Traitors barter this city, that is true. But Antaam do not respect traitors.
You cannot forbid the crows!
An outsider. Time to test my gift. am will made flesh. So much flesh. Finally. What the butcher did not has come to me. Prove my words.
I'm here on behalf of the crows, poisoner.
Poison. You face the gift of the gods.
How is he even talking? He's completely blinded.
Don't ask questions after it's dead. Keep at it. We can't let this thing out.
They're behind you.
I think we've just about got it.
How can you tell?
It's done. The comic master's dead.
Thank goodness. Hate those things.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait, this note says that wasn't all the comic. The butcher's angry because some went missing.
What? Who stole it?
No idea. But the note does mention the butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds?
Someone had to act.
They most certainly did not. I told you crows to stay out of this.
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antaam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place.
Circuses charge admission. We did all that for free.
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antaam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
There's also the gods.
Excuse me?
They're using the Antaam and making them monsters.
And the Butcher?
You two were right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them? One of their crows died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
We're allies. Of course I'll help.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Traviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
Are you okay, Jacobus?
No. After we lost our families, Derek and I promised we'd look out for... I hate the Antaam so much!
I'm sure Taya will welcome you to stay here in the Diamond.
I don't care. I don't sleep anymore anyway. But thanks for caring.
You should talk to some of the other occupation survivors.
You sound like air. Take time, feel the loss how you need. I wish I were a full-fledged crow. I'm just trapped here, doing nothing.